Kind of one of those things where I just like draw Duress when they're empty-handed and I go, yeah, I'm tilted. I'll talk to you later. As long as I have 3 mana, they're gonna, if they ult this, it's like perfectly fine. Okay. I just want Leyline of the Void to like come and play and win the game. You know what I mean? It's what I'm here for. What I signed up for. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are kind of getting sick of the Omniscience deck and Graveyard decks that randomly don't have answers to them because they run scot-free because we're not playing best of 3, right? Best of 3, a lot of those Graveyard decks cannot exist all too well because you just start immediately running into Rest in Peace or Leyline of the Voids like we have currently in this deck list, or just like Ghost Vacuums, Tranquil Frillback, and a lot of other cards that are just good. And then Domain's obviously quite a bit more of a threat. You can't just push through against them. But we're in best of 1 right now. And our answer to the solution, or our answer to the question, not answer to the solution. It doesn't make any sense. But our answer to the question is to play Leyline of the Void. And we are mono black. We can just put this down and maybe we have this in our opener, or we can cast it maybe before our opponents put Omniscience in play, or Squirming Emergence gets off to too hot of a start, and we try to rely on our like hand disruption to slow them down long enough so they're not able to cycle the kind of Picklock Prankster or the Charter Course or the Moment of Truce or Emergence trying to play Founding of the Third Path, so on and so forth, things like that. And when we're in the mirror, Leyline of Voids do technically exile slashers, and if we cut down a Heartfire hero, Leyline of the Void exiles that. So it does find value in other matchups. Your kind of worst case scenario for this card is like blue-white control, or the like Dimir, not even a Dimir discard deck. It's more of the Dimir just like stock best of 3 pile that's like playing the Fairy Masterminds and all those type of things, which you don't see very often in best of 1, but those are definitely kind of cards that counter this. But outside of that, Leyline of the Void typically does have some value in a lot of spots outside of just that. But with the deck, we are playing a lot of removal, a lot of hand disruption, and we are playing the Unstoppable Slasher and Bloodletter combo, where if Unstoppable Slasher touches our opponent, they lose half their life rounded up. And then we have a Bloodletter. If that happens with a Bloodletter in play, our opponent then loses the game because no matter what their life total is, Unstoppable Slasher hitting the opponent with a Bloodletter in play will always be enough damage to end the game and put them at 0 or -1. Things like that. And then we have 2 Sheoldreds as the best kind of 4-drop in the game, as it has been in like the meta for a while. It's just such a good value card. It's actually been worse in best of 1 for a while, but it's still just very good as a card in general. And then we have Unholy Annex, our Fable the Mirror Breaker, if you would, that card was for the longest time. But Unholy Annex is definitely the glue to this deck, the card that makes this deck kind of function whenever we have too many hand disruption spells and they're kind of short on hand. We need Unholy Annex to find the other half, or if we have too much removal, we need it to find some actual threats or hand disruption. Unholy Annex does that for us entirely, and it also can help close out the game, as it does come with a 6/6 attached to it that also drains and gains our opponent for 2 and 2, or we just lose 2 until we find said demon or another demon like Bloodletter of Aclazotz. With that said, that's just a quick intro for us. We're going to go ahead and dive right into the game, see how they go. It's going to be a bit of a weird one. There was some issues. A friend had their dog pass away, so definitely not in the best mood filming this. So if I'm a little irritated, it's more or less I'm just kind of sad in general. So with that said, let's go ahead and play the game out and let's see how it goes. My opponent goes first. I mean, I have 4 mana. I have Anoint, Slasher, Sheoldred. Sure. Keep this. Fine with me. Hopefully, allegedly, kind of, sort of. Oh, we're getting comboed? Man, I really got to put these Leyline of the Voids in the front of my deck so I can actually put them into play, huh? Maybe it's just Orzhov life gain. Who knows? Huh? Well, see you later, dude. Catch you next year. Just gonna have to Deep-Cavern them back. Huh? That can't be right? Just like, we'll leave the Anoint. I don't know if that's right. I'm not a fan of that. It also doesn't seem to be combo. Okay, maybe it is combo, but different variation. What we're used to. Ooh. To be honest, we're exiling that. I'm not dealing with that. The only one that's like really a threat currently out of what's in play, and then I get to play. We put it in the graveyard. Okay, well that means they have a card we need to remove. Me erased past. Thank you. I'm so surprised. I can't believe it. Now I can play Sheoldred. Obviously they'll attack, see if I block with my Deep-Cavern Bat, which I will not. Not playing a ton of removal, if I remember kind of right in general. Combo decks kind of just rely on interacting with your hand and stopping you from winning. Now with a Sheoldred in play, we can kind of cause a lot of problems. A Chandler is annoying, but we'll see. As Menace, so obviously nothing really to do there. Play another one of these. Go for a slasher here. Should I attack with Sheoldred? Probably. This is a huge chunk of their life total that I can take 6 a turn if it makes contact. Or even if they raise the pass, it's like a little bit of value. Like Hinterland Sanctificer being in the graveyard actually doesn't do much. Like right here, Sanctificer being in the graveyard still only gains 1 life. Like this made no difference between it being in play or not. They just prevent 4 damage. So overall, like obviously it's good, but like the overall effect that it has is not the greatest. Hit raised past top 15. I'm just a land drawing fiend at this point, apparently. I love drawing lands. It's my favorite activity. I'm definitely in there, I think. I don't really care if they block with the Chandler and move the counter to the Deep-Cavern Bat. It's not really going to affect me too much. They have 15 cards deep. As long as this stays here, we're probably fine. In general. I was like, hey, yo. That's not what we just talked about, boss. Gone. Counter goes on Deep-Cavern Bat, which is obviously good overall, but like kind of whatever at the same time. Pressure we're putting on is pretty high. Life Creep Duo, gain a little bit more life, get a little bit of surveil action going. They put another one in there, and now they're just on like, I need that Deep-Cavern Bat to go of ours, which is fair. Come up, because I have all the lands in the world at this point. Wow. What is that? 1, 4, 8? Out of 14 cards, 8 of them are lands? No, wait, it's more. It's 9. That's what? 8 right there? 9 out of 14 cards are lands? Yeah. Yeah. Fair balanced game. And one of my cards I didn't even get to use. Bro! Oh, wait a minute. We gotta fix this shuffler, big dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, what? Thankfully, I got to play Sheoldred and take away their raise to pass, and they didn't have, like, great mills at any point in the game. Yeah, I guess. I'll remove both. I understand the thing if they rip a raise to pass off the top. I, like, fully get it. I haven't played it. I'm playing it, I guess. I don't even care if it doesn't have a target. Pass. Show it to me. We're about to have more raise to pass than I almost have non-land cards. 1. Here's how many I have, actually. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Bro. The fact that I even have a chance to win this game is a miracle. Yeah, I'm fully in the driver's seat. But it's just like, it's not realistic, you know? Yeah, I'm just curious. Okay. Nice draw. Perfect draw, actually. It's everything I ever wanted. So this is 7, so they're forced to block this. And they can block this for free. I don't know. I'm just going to attack like this. They can triple block my Sanctuary if they'd like. There's no block to get Sheoldred off the battlefield. I can't believe it's like on top of it. Honestly, I probably should have attacked with this Deep-Cavern Bat. Because then they would obviously snap off a block and then I just Duress them and take it from them. Which would have made more sense. Kind of one of those things where I just like draw Duress when they're empty-handed and I go, yeah, I'm tilted. I'll talk to you later. That's now, what, 10, 11 lands out of 17 cards. So, you know, fun times. Fun times all around. All right, we're finally deciding to block here. Got a triple block on that. Interesting. Okay. We definitely want to remove as many as possible here, I think. Down to 3 they go. Land. Go. Down to 1. Yep. And they die on their next turn. Okay, well. Opponent goes first. We have a Void and the rest of our hand is castable. We'll keep. Say hello. I'll say it back. The opponent. Okay. They're like, oh, I learned that does nothing to me. Okay. Ooh, Unholy Annex and Liliana. As good as both of those are. Oh, man. That's tough. I play Sheoldred's Edict. I can't really remove that. And Deep-Cavern Bat. Maybe we have to cut down it, you know? We'll see what's up. Have a lot of removal. I was fully prepared for most matchups. Will they get to play the Liliana here? Yes, they will. Smile.
Nobody knows Dominaria shadows like me.
This is like honestly one of the weird matchups because of like exile that if I get an Unholy Annex and draw a ton of cards, it's just like a Lily alt's not going to be weirdly the craziest thing in the world. Alright, go. Although it's still going to be good, nevertheless. But if they do play an Unholy Annex, I mean, we're done. Like, stopped in our tracks. What do they get rid of there? An Anoint. They keep an Edict, because that does make sense. Alright. Like to play the game now. They're like, kind of, I would say, they're game, I guess. They get one draw to see if they hit an Unholy Annex, and then if they don't, then they lose. Like, it's so cringe. I mean, I guess like they do get the Lily ult here, I suppose. Here. They can Edict me if they'd like. But if they ult Lily, we kind of just reset the game. I lose a couple of things. I would assume the choice is going to be like... Oh my... As long as I have 3 mana, they're gonna... If they ult this, it's like perfectly fine. Okay. As long as I have 3 mana, it does not matter. I would assume it's going to be Sanctuary, Unholy Annex, and maybe just Leyline of the Void for whatever. Or 4 mana. We do have to remember that this is choose which pile to sacrifice, not which pile to keep. We'll just double read to make sure. In the pile of their choice is what we sacrifice. So we have to double read this. I'm not going to click my mouse like I always do. Select a pile to sacrifice. Although, realistically, this is really close. But with another Unholy Annex in hand, we'll just sacrifice this pile. I love, they actually added this, by the way, so you can see exactly which one you're sacrificing, and you can go back and look. Because I get to cheat, opponent. I'm sorry. They made the right choice, I think. The only thing I would have gotten rid of more was Annex was this land instead. I would have done like a land plus that land. But we will see. We are in effectively the driving seat right now, even though we got Liliana ulted, which is not something you get to say very often. Just go for the throw, put me to 6. Ugh. The virtue, go to 5 actually. Another land, okay. Could unlock this side, but then that means I have to block, and I don't really want to do that. I guess I go to 3. We annex this. Worst part is, like, they're just so close this entire time. They're like, they keep getting right there to win, and it's so insane. But we're just like, this is literally the power of Unholy Annex. This is how messed up this card is in general. Just not fair. Okay, so on top of all that, you now have to block my Unstoppable Slasher. If Slasher hits you, you lose. So I'll take 2 here, and then you'll take 4. Or you'll take 1,000,000, I guess. I'll go to 5, you'll go to 4. Like, what else can they do? I mean, yeah, this is literally the power and difference of I resolved an Unholy Annex, and they did not. Am I having a fever dream? What is this? What's going on? Oh, and a mulligan? Okay. I hope I play this land. They play a 1-mana creature. I cut down it, and then I proceed to Deep-Cavern Bat them 3 turns in a row. Who knows? Lunar Insight's actually super sick here. Hopeless Nightmare, kind of annoying. But we're going to have to take the Nowhere to Run. Like, realistically, Hopeless Nightmare will just bend, like, the cut down, maybe? Or I guess go for the throat with what in their hand is. They play a tap land. It could be this Deep-Cavern Bat, but I don't know. Fair enough. Maybe a card that we reasonably could have put in this stack over the Leyline of the Voids, but who's going to stop us now? You know what I mean? I guess Deep-Cavern Bat's probably the bin. Can't really stop all what they're doing. We'll play other things in the future we want to remove. Could use this as 3-mana draw a card, which is okay. So I'll just take that instead. Now I'll go to combat for 1. Like, 3-mana draw 1 card is nothing to, like, freak out about. In comparison to 2 mana, pick this back up and then cause problems. We are also in the same exact situation we were in the last game, is like Unholy Annex, and the game's pretty much not close. Will they cycle it now? This is by far best case scenario when it comes to this type of card. Is like, that card obviously has incredible upside. Okay. Like, you only have 1 more Deep-Cavern Bat for us to make you draw here after this turn. So we have to make sure you draw a couple lands first. So you have enough mana to cast that Deep-Cavern Bat. Sure. I mean, I'll get rid of my land. I have plenty of them at this point. Now they can this town both of these, which would be kind of tough, but... Oh my! Stop drawing lands. We already did this once today. Sure. Oh, is this an artifact land? Because it's all types. Or it's an artifact. Yeah, this is an artifact, right? No. Didn't I? What? Why did it pass priority there? Did I hit auto pass the turn? I mean, I guess I had to, right? Well, thankfully we removed that. That's kind of wild. Done? Sure.
Control the fight.
Well, they have a land in hand. That we know.
I like a challenge.
I'm having a good time drawing all these lands. Lying, dude. I'm not having a good time. Drawing all these lands sucks. Sure. What, 7 now? Wow. Give me your land. Honestly, fair enough. I'll take one, I guess. I think we just can't let this really do anything else, right? We can't really let it stun anything down. I'll just play another land. We have 8 lands in total. 6 cards that aren't. Yeah. Which is, like, ultimately not that bad of a ratio. I know I'm like tweaking about it, but at the same time, like just drawing like 5 lands in a row is always annoying and frustrating. But yeah, here we are. We're gonna take like 8. There were 2 more lands in that pile. What? All right, now I might be tweaking. Now I might be freaking out. Sure. Have they activated Kaido yet? No. Yeah, there's gotta be a draw here. Surveil 2 and draw, and they already played a land because they just surveilled. So I mean, we're gonna remove Kaido. You just... No, that had to be the second card, right? There's no... Oh, hey! A card that can win the game. What do you mean? Well... Definitely not the 2 Deep-Cavern Bats I played, like, I don't know, 10 times earlier in the game. Turn 2 and turn 3 play in the game, had him at 12 life. We're begging for a way to not lose. Sheoldred still gets active here, even if it gets stunned by a Kaido, so I'm just going to let it happen. 2 more lands and another Leyline in the void gone. Yeah, we'll let this happen. Like I said, even if there's a Kaido here, that's okay. Sheoldred gains his life back. We're perfectly fine with all that. This is probably, this town ain't big enough, if I had to guess. So let's fire off a Bloodletter. Then let's move to combat. Yeah, see, that makes sense. The only real downside, though, is this is still 4 damage. Down to 6. Still have to worry about 4-ish damage, but we have, like, lethal on board. Technically. I'll get rid of... Cut Down, I guess. Better. Even though it feels worse. Ooh, pretty good play. What card is on top? Oh, okay. Here's a Sheoldred. In the past, smile. Will they make the correct play? Or is there, like, technically a correct play? I don't know, it's kind of weird. Sure. Yeah. They want me to block with Sheoldred is the main thing. Combat. We want to do this the opposite way now. Bloodletter's obviously good, but we will attack with Shelly. And they either have to block or not. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Are we bouncing here or what? Okay. I think that's incorrect, by the way. I don't know if I agree with Hopeless Nightmare being the toss. That's what, 2 to 7, 4, 5, 6. Just kind of have to hope for a dead draw here. Put Sheoldred back down, 7 to 2. I don't know, because the other thing is if they draw a card, they lose, right? Sure. A 7. Is all right, so they're tapped out. We can actually do something quite good here. We can do this block. Actually, this block. The reason why is because they only have 1 mana. So the only way we lose here is if they Kaido or something, which they can't. But we can just save our life total for a turn. They play a land. They could play this, but then they lose regardless, right? Yeah. Because then they can't really beat the Sheoldred. Good game, regardless. Gonna just anoint this and end it here. Give nothing left for doubt. And we're gonna close out the game. Man, that was a good game there. There were for a while, drawing all those lands was tough, but it did give us like discard fodder to all their Hopeless Nightmares and whatnot and all that nonsense that was happening. So it was fine enough. Because they kind of hit a lot of lands too. The stack's not gonna... We're both kind of in the same spot. I'm at 25 cards. Bro, they milled me so much. I couldn't even tell you what the math was. It was just like, I don't know. One of my personal growth is I need to stop complaining so much, for sure. There's definitely times like it's needed. For example, the one where I drew a lot of lands there, it was only 8 to 6, which is going to happen. It's going to happen a lot. I just need to like not be upset about it. Opponent goes first. We have a Leyline in the Void. Yeah, we'll keep, I guess. I just want Leyline in the Void to like come and play and win the game. You know what I mean? It's what I'm here for. What I signed up for. Oh, yes. Omniscience can't come back now, huh, brother? 3 mana and 4 cards, and we played a Leyline last game, and our opponent instantly concedes. So Arena's going to be like, "Well, that's not fair, so we won't put him against that again." It's gonna be the deck, isn't it? Oh, not Tread. Okay. I would like to cast a spell. Bye bye. So here's always the weird part where it's like, should I Anoint or should I Deep-Cavern Bat? And I think in a matchup where life gain matters, we want a Deep-Cavern Bat here, especially considering we're on the play. All right, what cards are those? I'm sorry, Sonny, what cards are those? I'm gonna take Burst Lightning. Because it is mono red, we can always respond to them targeting this with a Monster Rage with our Anoint. And Burst Lightning's the only way to get rid of our Deep-Cavern Bat. So we go down to 17. We go up to 18, and then we Anoint in response. Probably let them cash in a bit, and then maybe they Monster Rage it or whatever. But as long as we take his Burst Lightning, they obviously can't remove our creature directly, so that's pretty fine. If they use this land on the Heartfire hero, I'm just going to exile it, you know? Rather not deal with that. Then we'll take 2. We'll go back down a little bit more. And then now we can do something interesting. My mono red opponents have been so aggressive lately that they have not respected the Slasher. Like, there was a video where my mono red opponent blocked the Slasher, and I gave them props because they actually respected the card. The amount of times my opponent has done this and double attacked and not respected this Slasher at all has been insane to me. I just can't believe it, you know? But I'm going to bait them into attacking pretty much, I think. I could attack, but I'm going to remove this and just ask them if they would like to block or not. But I'm going to bait them into thinking my Slasher is the only thing here, but that's enough to make them concede. I don't know if we can... It's such a weird game. I'm going to keep... I don't know if we can rely on this hand that well. Yeah, that's why. Duress. We'll see what's up. Ethereal Armor sucks. Monster Charade sucks. Itali's Favor sucks. This is probably what they're playing for turn. I'm going to take the Monster Charade, I guess. It does pump a lot and also puts an enchantment on for the Ethereal Armor. There's a Manifold Mouse. We're going to get hit for 4. And it's kind of like rip and Anoint here, or like, I guess, a removal spell in general for his Heartfire hero, or bust, I think. Okay. Huh. They could have drawn a protection spell. So oh man, I don't know. I think it's remove this, let them commit to this Manifold Mouse, play land Liliana minus. We just kind of hope it's not great. It's a never hurt challenger. They missed the land, didn't they? Okay. They did miss the land. They had missed the land. That's tough. We ethereal armoring? We are, okay. Alright. We will gamble. Manifold Mouse obviously is a sacrifice.
Off you go.
This is one of the things that's like so tough, dude. Ooh, that would have been a sick card to hit. Oh, I guess we lost. Okay. I mean, it happens, dude. I'm not gonna beat mono red when they're on the play a lot of times, you know. Or maybe I don't even remember, to be honest with you. But regardless, mono red's gonna get their share every now and then, and there's just not anything you can do about it.